You know what my very first addiction was in my life? Addiction to stress. We do not talk about this enough and how easy it is to become addicted to stress because of the chemicals that fire off when we go into fight or flight mode. Your adrenaline, your cortisol, dopamine, even. And it is very easily, your body gets accustomed to that spike and we get addicted to the cycle of stress. And then you throw in traumas and events that have occurred that have really rocked us and shaken us up. And we just become on this hamster wheel and cycle of becoming addicted to running from the tiger. We get addicted to becoming the prey in the chase. And it's really important for me in my rounds of health issues to understand what a gateway it is to calm your nervous system. And there is this whole brain inside that adrenal gland that we can help control and calibrate to our safe environment. Now, everything I'm saying is not pertaining to an emergency situation, but that is very real when fight or flight mode goes on. We need those chemicals to help save our lives. But when we're not in an emergency situation and we're just getting addicted to everyday stress and repeating old past traumas in our head, PTSD, that is when this becomes a problem because it affects all the other processes that help our body maintain itself, like our digestive system, for example, because it is using all that energy to run from the tiger. That's what the body thinks it does. So we got to be able to tell the body through the thoughts that we have that we are safe. We need to understand that this is like a barreling train down the tracks, and you don't just throw the brakes on a train. You got to slow it down very cautiously and slowly and gently. And that is how we're going to stop running from the tiger, is very slowly and not jolt our system, because like any addiction, we have to come down from those chemical spikes. And I'm going to share a few ways that I was able to do this in a Friday video, but just know that we have to have consciousness around slowing down things in our life. We sometimes use the addiction to stress to avoid the source of our unhappiness, to avoid old traumas and grief that have just stayed there, and we think it's easier. But you know what a bison does? They actually don't run away from storms. They go towards storms. And we need to go through the storm because it is the quickest way out and it is the least painful way out. And whether your body's in pain, your mind's in pain, or both, know that you can take your power back. I welcome you to identify areas, environments, people even that might set off your fight or flight mode. See if you can start identifying when you feel an adrenaline spike. And that is step one, awareness and understanding and accepting that we might have an addiction to stress. I hope this helps, and happy holidays.